Welcome back, everyone. And you guys know we were in a live stream the other day, and man, oh man, oh man, it was crazy. What was that, 2 days ago? The cat came in the office, ripped the cords out right when I was in the middle of the live stream, broke a $7,000 piece of equipment. And you're saying, what a cat? No, how? 20 pounds of fur anger. That is a 12. I think he's 12 years old, 20 pounds, just an angry cat. Came in angry at Tesla cat, ripped everything up, and it ruined the live stream. So I got a brand new equipment. I want to talk crypto. I want to test it. So we got a lot going on. We'll start out by shout out to Kevin, Donnie Lama. I appreciate you guys commenting. Let me know where you're from. We'll do some shout outs in this live stream, but man, we should be celebrating. I have been so busy with all of the stuff and the market's gone up, and for those, I'll give two stocks that I bought. We'll see how they're doing, and I'll pull them up. I had two big $50,000 purchases I did in the stocks, and I think they were. Let me see. Yeah, one's up nicely. Oh, they're both up. So I did two big $50,000 buys. I'll share those. And we're going to talk a little crypto. So for everybody out there who is joining me today, I'm going to go over the charts of what you need to know. If you got a stock, or let's just say this, you got a crypto, what crypto is doing the best for you? And of course, if there's anything else, I see you, Nick. I got you. I'll talk about the two stocks I bought and why I like them. Minnesota coming in. What's up, boss baby? You know, I'm watching, what is it called? The Fantastic Gemstones, I believe it is. The Fabulous Gemstones. I did not know about that. Love the actors. And when you say Boss Baby, I think Baby Billy. Baby Billy. Huge fan of that actor. He is crazy. I like it. Windsor, Ontario in the house. XRP, you know we're going to touch on that. I got the hat on. We got to. Dallas in the house. Joe, I hope you're doing well in Kentucky. Maine, Washington, Texas. A place I'm looking to move to, possibly, Donnie Lama. You might have to go out and show me where the best steaks are. Possibly Charleston. It made my top 5. I'm going to move pretty soon. And one of the places in the next few years, we'll say, a year or two, maybe, not long, you know how fast time goes. But I am looking to do one last move, and Charleston made my top 5. Michigan representing. PR, Puerto Rico. There you go. Hello. Good afternoon. Florida. San Diego in the house. Let's go Coatesville. I've been there. Baseball. Yo, from Miami, the U representing Brayton, Florida. My in-laws go down there. Fairfield, Texas. We got everything. Dry cat food downstream from the sanitation plant with the chunky gravy they get out of the river, the dirty river, which we know is just poop. There you go. A lot of things going on. So I love it. And for all the trolls, I know you like that chunky gravy. I know you said crypto was going to drop. You said, mark my words, crypto's going down. XRP is going to 50 cents again. And I've been hearing that for like months now, ever since January. And it's not at 50 cents yet. And believe it or not, just rough. What do we got here? Grinchy. The Grinch. Did the heart pump? Because look at this kindness. Love you, bro. Always keep it up. If you follow Mo, you're already a winner. Most don't even think like this man does. I eat, sleep, and drink research, the stuff no one wants to read. I read every boring article out there regarding the fundamentals and technicals of crypto and equities. And of course, I have no life. That's why I do all these crazy videos. But thank you. I appreciate it. For all these people who are here for the negativity, thank you for watching. You help push the video out. For all the positivity, I love you guys. I enjoy it. This is just going to be a fun video. I'm going to go over everything. Yeah, we got a lot to talk about. PA representing. There you go. Yeah, I was going to say the 717 representing, but it's 570 for me now. India representing. Stay safe out there. I hear you guys are in something with Pakistan over there, so I don't want to see anybody getting hurt. My family been in way too many wars. For those that don't know, my dad, my grandfather, and great-grandfather, and great-great-great-grandfather, all the way back. A lot of men, all in major wars. Yeah, the weather sucks. We need some 75 and sunshine. Yeah, Pennsylvania representing. So a lot of people here. I appreciate it, guys. I'm with this guy. Aaron knows. HODL, baby. HODL, for all those who do not know. You guys know where the term HODL comes from? they wrote hold and they wanted to say hold, but they wrote HODL instead. So it became a crying call for us crypto fanatics. And yes, I've been in crypto longer than I like to admit. And I remember I tell everybody the story that I used to mine Doge on day one. I think I got like 200,000 Doge on day one with my own rigs and everything. And that was, I think, December 2012 or into 2013. I don't remember the exact days. Come on, cut me some slack. But I was getting between 100 to 200,000 Doge daily. Remember, it got up to 60 something cents a piece. That means I was mining at the time, if it was worth that, I was mining 65 to roughly $130,000 worth of Doge per 24 hours. And I did this for weeks. Unfortunately for me, it's not what it was worth back then. And so I could sell that 100 to 200,000, I don't know, 100, 200, 300 bucks, something like that. And no, I never thought it was going to 60 something cents, so I would never hold it. So everybody always says, that's my story for, hey, what's the biggest thing you missed out on? I have Apple. I could have bought it $1. I had $10,000. I put it in Cisco instead. I did well, but I didn't, one of the guy came up and said, hey, man, an educator, he said, the colleges are starting to buy all the Apple computers, they're Macs. You're going to want to buy them. I said, they'll never beat PC. I was wrong, and they came out with the iPhone as well, and we know where that goes. I would be a multi-millionaire. Hope you're doing well, my friend. I love seeing everybody here. What else we got here? There's Cisco. Speaking of Cisco, there you go. I bought Cisco and XRP. Stockmo Nation representing today. We got some good things. Hopefully everything's going well. Like I said, I'm testing a brand new box. Just took it out of the container. It's a $7,000 piece of equipment. I had a dude who I got in contact with who sold it to me. He said, look, it's on our show floor. It's a 9 out of 10. It's never been professionally used ever. It's been sitting there and it's there and no one messed with it. So we'll sell it to you for I think it was $2,500. I was like, what? And that's shipped overnight to get it to me. And it is freaking unbelievable. These things are $7,000 a piece. He sold it to me for $2,500. And he says, you got any problems with it, send it back, but it runs perfect. And it is perfect. Like, it's crazy perfect. If you don't mind a used equipment, $2,500 for a $7,000 piece of equipment, man. All right, here we go. Best question of the day from Clifton. Let's get into what we need to talk about. You guys heard my stories. Like I said, share some of the things, you guys. What's your biggest thing? Let's go. Boom. That didn't work, did it? I never set up the picture-in-picture. Well, you're not going to get the picture-in-picture, but you will get the screen where you'll hear me talking. You guys unfortunately are not going to get the picture-in-picture key. Hold on. Picture-in-picture key 2. Is that picture-in-picture key? I don't know. Hold on. Give me 1 second, kids. I got the video. I'm going to try to do this for you, kids. This is so fancy. Picture-in-picture here. No. I don't know. I don't know how to do it, guys. I'm going to have to learn. I'll learn that before I get back. So here we go. So in other words, you're going to see like my screen here. Unfortunately for me, I can't do the picture-in-picture because I don't have it set up on this. That's the reason I'm doing this, is to make sure I have any mistakes I got to fix, I fix. So there you go. Let's go ahead and talk about this. So you guys will hear me. I'll be sitting right here and I'll pull up the screens and I want to talk about some of these. So let's start with, my camera's right here. Trust me. I have my screen right here so I can see what's going on. And we got a lot of money to make. I'm going to start with something I never share. I'm going to share 2 accounts. These are my smaller accounts. And I'll share a little bit. I'll show you the ETS for Kraken. And that's going to have my plays in it that I really believe in. Okay. So the Kraken account, I've been slowly moving money from Coinbase over, and I'm going to move more and more over as we go forward. But the big money I also have in Bitcoin and Ethereum in the actual stocks, because I want them in the market to take advantage of some of the stock. And it's easier on my accountant when I do that. So here we go. What are we going to start with? All right. And still input science. This one, I'll just pull that up and you guys can see. Ready? Here we go. Kraken. 25. You guys know I just started this. So you guys can see where I started it and where we're going over the last 3 months. We can make it a little easier. How about 6 months? There we go. And you guys, I started this challenge back in February and slowly working our way up. $25,000 in the account. I put a lot in there and we went through a lot of red after I started this. And these are the ones I like, just so you guys know. And the one I really liked was Ondo. Ondo is one of the worst performers. Algo as well. And I bought $1,000 of each. So I'm down a little bit. And I know what you guys are saying. I thought you're trying to become a crypto millionaire, Mo. You are correct. I am. And I told you, I believe I will be by the end of this year. Days like this reaffirm that. Uniswap, another one I love. Avalanche is one of the bigger ones I like. And I really like that one. Surprisingly, I got 5 digits worth of AVAX. I got over $10,000 worth of this one, just to tell you. And not in here, but I do. And Filecoin's the smallest one I got. This is I call it a micro crypto, where if this thing explodes, it could run. I like this one. And so I'm up a little bit. My best performer right now is Bonk. Bonk. The dog does what the dog wants. And Sui is my next best. And I do have a lot of Sui. I have 5 digits worth of Sui as well. And there you go. Not much to talk about for XRP yet. And I'm with you for a lot of people out there who are like, Mo, I'm in XRP. It's just not getting it done. I know. Solana up nice. Chainlink is another one I really, really like. I have $2,000 worth of that. $4,000 worth of XRP. And then we come down here and we start to look. Bitcoin 21% up. Crazy. Now, here's one I don't usually share. In the last month, I am now up 100. What do we got? 46,000 in the last month, which today was a big reason to that. I think if we just did the last week, you can see it's up 10,000. Last month, up to 46,000. So it's a good couple of days. So when you guys see me out there day trading, you're like, oh, Mo lost 100, 200, 500 even. Don't worry, guys. It's okay. I have days where I can lose 30, 40,000 in crypto alone. And trust me, some of these days it happened. And then there's days that we go up that. Like today was a massive winning day, because you look at these accounts and my goal has been, I believe in crypto. Let me just say that between these two accounts, what are we looking at? We're getting close to 200,000 between them. And for those who say, oh, Mo, he talks a big game of crypto. Guys, I'm all about it. I'm one of the only teachers I think I was the only teacher in the United States who got the board to approve my curriculum for crypto as credits. It's crazy. Isn't that crazy? I think I was the only high school, the most, what do they call it when you're forward thinking, that was allowed. And they allowed it in the curriculum, 9 weeks of crypto. And these kids learn. The one kid wrote me up a couple of years ago and he said, I made $100,000 on a crypto in profit. I was like, congratulations. He goes, I would have never known if it wasn't for you. And so my goal is to help people learn. And I'm going to continue to do that. We got a lot of learning lessons. And my quick ad, ready? Let's see how quick I can go. I don't have me up there. Right here. First link, boom, membership. Get in there. 50% right here. 50% off your first month. Earner gets you access to everything I do, trading, all that good stuff. So get in there, family. Shout outs to some winners. Just keeps on going like a ham and cheese sandwich with the pickles on the top shelf. Man, Just, I need you on the channel because you sound like me. Like unicorns flying through the sky, farting the original flavored Skittles and none of that tropical garbage. That's right, man. We're doing it. Took a chance on a few plays. I love seeing it. Crypto up $500. Coro King dropping wins. Sean D. I love it. Just, hey, family, first post here. All right. We're getting there. You're doing good. Mo Unicorn incoming. I agree. We're getting there. Magic Gorilla. There you go. Front and Options, one of our expert traders. Shout out to you, my friend. I always appreciate you. Was watching Stock Mode live trading today. Yeah, I did good. I had a couple wins in there, man. So yeah, you guys aren't in there. Join. Let's get into the charts. What's going on? Where's the money? I want to make more money. I want to make more money. I know. So anyways, just get you guys caught up to what I'm doing and everything else. I will tell you, I just did the numbers. I started with none, and then I mined crypto and I got robbed. For everybody out there, I want you to know you got to be careful on what platforms you use. And even today, it feels like FTX. Remember FTX shutting down? What was the big one? It just paid everybody out after 10 years. Mt. Gox. Remember that one? Mt. Gox. Another one. There was a few of them went bankrupt. And it's scary. So it's tough. One of the reasons I like the stocks is when I'm putting hundreds of thousands of dollars and building it up and it's running and I'm making money and I'm loading up before the election and then it runs and I have all this money I made, I'm afraid I'll lose it. Why? Why would I be afraid? Trust crypto, hodl. Dude, I've been robbed of Bitcoin, multiple Bitcoin. We're not talking one. And it still burns me. And it's hard for me to think about. Yeah, and FTX was money laundering. That's my point. If you're going to lose money, it could be bad management. It could be laundering. It could be a crook who just steals it and shuts it down like it happened to me. And you lose everything. You lose everything. So I had multiple Bitcoin. I worked. I earned it. I did everything you're supposed to do. And one day I logged into my account and I was a part of it was a whole platform, one of the biggest in the world. And we all went in there and we mined together and we combined our forces. We split all the money. You could take it in and out. I did it many times and I just build it up. One day I went in, I couldn't get in. And it said down for maintenance. Well, it wasn't down for maintenance. He took all the crypto, ran to Eastern Europe and he transferred it out and they ended up catching him. And he didn't. I never got my crypto back, and he's in prison for life. And I'm still. Oh man, this is way back, well over 10 years ago, and that money I would have had hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars gone, and it wasn't at the time, but that was my long-term thing. Hold, hodl. And it's gone. So for anybody out there that's ever been taken advantage of, you're not alone. It happened to me. I was, I guess, dumb because I trusted someone. And I'm not saying you can't trust people, but you got to be careful. You got to be careful. One of the reasons the original crypto people hated regulation, hated the government getting involved, I hated losing hundreds of thousands of dollars and having no recourse, nothing. There was no FDIC on crypto. There's no safety net. There's nothing. I lost everything. I did everything right. I did the right things. And so my point, and somebody says self-custody. You're right. Yeah, the only way you can keep it safe is cold wallet. You're right. But should it be that way? Is that where we're at? To make it so complicated, it'll never grow that way. How will it grow so we all get rich who is in crypto? We're all in crypto. How do we get rich off of it? You're not going to get rich if everybody has to have a cold wallet, keep the key somewhere, write down the passcode. And then if they have a heart attack and die, everybody's like, how do we get to it? We don't know. That's not the way. It can't be that way. It can't be that way. It'll never grow to the potential it has if that's the way it is. And I realize it. And so, I'm going to cover that too. So, guys, it failed, but not failed. They're going to bring it up for a vote in a week or two. So don't let the freaking, the FUD people out there. It's done. Crypto's done. I'll cover that here in a minute. Anyway, Ricardo Rivera, womp womp, you got it. And so I moved on. And not only did I keep on creating more and more crypto and doing my thing and investing and everything else, I didn't stop. Then I built up quite a bit. And then in 2018, I think it was, my wife got stage 3 cancer and I lost it all because of bills. Did I stop again? No. I kept on doing what I had to do after we got her cured. About 2 years later, started building it back up and had a little bit left in there too. And now I worked it up. And it's all the money I worked at school and I was teaching up through, what was it, 2021? And I started doing YouTube full time, putting a lot in there on purpose. I even made 100,000 on this one. I think it was FNG. I put 100,000 in, almost doubled it by the end of the year in 2022. And I had people writing nasty videos about me, and I made $100,000 almost. And I put that into crypto, and I put 50,000 into Ethereum and Bitcoin when Ethereum was not hardly anything, and so was Bitcoin. That's grown. And so, dude, I'm rolling it up, man. I'm doing what I need to do. And so now, for me to become a crypto millionaire, at one point I needed Ethereum. I had a lot of money in Ethereum. I bought it like $100 and something. Hey, I see a blue one popping up. Glenn, look at you supporting me, my friend. I appreciate you. Why cracking over Coinbase, XRP, 35 gold 40? I just like Kraken. Coinbase, I don't know. They're both fine. I have a lot in both. I like Kraken. It's up to each person. Kraken's up and coming, and I don't know. I spread it out, and I do like Kraken. I think the ease of use. I love their pro platform. It's up to you. You can check out all the different reasons. I just personally, I talk with Kraken, and I like it. I'm gonna be blunt, and so I am pro Kraken. I'm pro Coinbase as well, and I don't believe in putting it all in one place because of what happened to me. And so you should be careful. Make sure you feel good. Just because I say, hey, I like this, doesn't mean something bad can't happen. You guys know this. Hey, my man, dropping a dime in there for me. I appreciate it. I'm going to go out and get a hoagie after this down at Wawa. We have a Wawa and Sheets now, right side by side. Well, across the street from each other from where I live. Crazy. Yeah. So, yeah, some places aren't. Like I said, they're up and coming. They got stocks there now. They have stocks, ETFs, all of it. I'm not here to sell that, though. You guys pick what you want. You guys want to do something good, you join my Discord. And that's the truth. After that, any of these other places, it's up to you. Alt season has officially begun, in my opinion. And that's what we're going to cover a little bit. I want a special shout out, though. Clark, I do appreciate that. And Glenn, thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. What do we got? Coinbase, XRP 3,400, gold 5,000. So 5,000, you need, what do you need? $20, $20 a piece gets you to $1 million. I know it's a long shot. You need not 20. Let's see if it got $20. That's not it. I'll get my zeros right. That's 100,000. It's $100,000. That's $100,000. Man, we get to 200. You get that. Yeah, they getting to 200. $20. Possibly. If Kathy Wood is right and this thing flies like, and I mean Bitcoin, she said could go to 2.4 million. If that goes to 2.4 million, you will see XRP go over $20 a piece. All right, quote me on that. If it never gets to 2.4 million, well, it doesn't mean XRP can't run. And so we'll see the development. It's going to take time. It's not going to happen this year, but we got good. So what do we got? Katie will go. You're a good guy. Granny says so. I appreciate it. I appreciate that. Schwab. Here's the deal. I got 7 digits in Schwab. I got my entire retirement in Schwab. So you guys always ask me, where do you keep most of your money? I keep it in Schwab. Multiple reasons why. I don't want to get into it, but yeah, I trust Schwab completely. I'm a big fan of Schwab. So there you go. They don't pay me anything. I pay them. And there you go. So some things in there. New member down below joining. You can join with the first link, or you get a discount, or you can join here and you get special badges and stuff for being a member on YouTube, or you can join both places. I got a lot of HBAR too, 5 digits worth of that, tons of XRP, six digits. So yeah, that's roughly a lot of PA love in the house. So all right, let's go take a look. Remember, I am here. You guys are just going to see the charts because I screwed up and didn't set the picture in picture, and I don't know how to do it. Oh, that's right. Key. Oh, wow. Look at that. Key. Let's see. Key. Give me a second. No. Input. No. Still key. So, oh, hold on. I got it, guys. Source. Hold on. Oh, I did it. Oh, look at this, guys. No, that's not what I want. I want HDMI 1, set, picture in picture. Okay, hold on. Let's see. I'm going to pull that up. Nope. Okay. So we're almost there. Give me 1 second because I want you guys to be able to see me. I'm figuring this out as we go, guys. I know you're like, Mo, why don't you know? Hey, Mo. Okay, hold on. Source. Okay, I get that one. HDMI. Nope. Yep. But that's the one I want. Okay, hold on. Source. HDMI 1. Here we go. I think I got it, guys. I think I got it. Boom. Boom. Let's go. Watch this. You guys want to see how I learned how to do this? You know, I'm going to have to leave it like that, guys. All right. I got to move the box and stuff, which I don't remember. It's been 5 years since I've done that. But you guys got me on here. So what I'll do is I don't know. You guys, I'm in the way, aren't I? Usually I have myself down there at the bottom. All right. So you guys can see it here. All right. There you go. You guys can see this. Let me see if I pull it right there. You guys good? Yeah. All right. Yeah, you guys are good. All right. Now, there we go. I got it figured out, man. Schwab ticker symbol. Ticket symbol. I don't know. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Go Moo. Let's go. Mo in the house. Katie, I love it. I appreciate you. Gabrielle, what are you doing dropping a 20 on me? You could buy 10 more XRP. Hey, if it wasn't for people like you, I would not be able to be doing this. I appreciate you. Love going right back to you. Nancy, I appreciate it. Seriously, you guys are awesome. Yeah, I always appreciate anybody who's dropping a little bit. I know how hard you guys work for your money. Yeah, and I do appreciate it. If it makes you feel any better, I'm taking that money. I'm going to help pay for my kids' college. Yeah. I got it. Yeah. So we'll just leave it at that. I got some funny stories, but we'll leave it at that. Man. I appreciate you guys. Let's see that price point. Let's go. So right here's what we got. This is on the daily candle. And I'm going to tell you a funny story now. We got this all set up. All right. You guys talked about a couple of things. I got you. So let's start with, I got that. Got this. All right. For the person who said that the Genius Act failed, it's done, blah, blah, blah. Not this done, but it failed. It did not fail. It failed a part. But the Democrat who voted against it, I believe, said release the following statement because the Democrats are against it. Trump's making money with crypto. They can't stand it. Everybody insider trades, it seems like, in D.C. So hypocrisy at its finest when I hear of any politician, red or blue, complaining about the other side. And I mean, if anybody knows me, I could care less about politics. Zero caring. Just keep the country moving in the right direction. My family's fought in multiple wars. They've been on both sides of the aisle. They are now. Even my own mom and dad are on the opposite ends of that spectrum. So talk about hearing it all. I heard it all. So let's just move forward and just say this. They came out and they wanted to tell why they voted no. This is an area that demands American leadership. Stable coins are undeniably a part of the future of finance. So they admit that. And the United States should set the standard for responsible innovation and blah, 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 blah. While we made the meaningful progress so far, it's not ready. I simply cannot in good conscience ask my colleagues to vote for this legislation when the text isn't yet finished. So here's the best part for everybody that thinks it failed. It's done. We're going to lose our money. We're done. It's going to crash. I remain fully committed to getting this right. So on board. Warner's on board. Good for you. I love it. Let's keep it that way. I plan to continue working with my colleagues to strengthen this legislation, move it forward in a way that promotes innovation while protecting the interest of the American people. It is my sincere hope that we can start floor consideration next week. This is not done like, oh, it's horrible, it's gone. It's this next week after we have finalized our work and given our colleagues adequate time to review. So this wasn't done. You hear no, and they're like, oh, it's done. No. Hey, Papa Coates, let's go. I appreciate the $5. You are the GOAT. Much love from Utah. Hiram? dude, that's cool. I feel like we're in Zelda almost. I know it's Hyrule. Yeah, a little gaming coming out of me there, but I appreciate it. I'll put it this way, man. We're in this together. Financial freedom, generational wealth, folks, and a little bit of edutainment. I'm here to put a smile on your face and hopefully make a few bucks. That's it. So anybody is spreading fear, uncertainty, and doubt, they don't know what I know. I follow all the senators. I've been down there. They invited me down in D.C. multiple times. For those who do not know, for a couple national championships I won. It is, and that was investing. That's why you subscribe to this channel, so we all make money. And when I was down there, I got to meet with the FINRA officials, the head of FINRA too, down there in DC's office. It was awesome. And I was licensed, for those who do not know, Series 63, 65, 7, all of them. I passed them all. And so I was on that side of the fence at one time, working for one of the United States' largest, I believe the largest financial advising firm before I got into education. Yeah. Here it is. I know look, John, dude, I was ticked beyond belief. And I feel your anger in your statement. I feel it. I think this was ridiculous. I thought it should have been okayed, but that's because I'm so pro crypto. My family's future is riding on crypto going higher. If I fail, I'm going to set my family back a long ways. In other words, I'm going to have to work a lot longer. If I'm successful at this, I'm going to set my family up for generations. And I mean that. And so I'm all in on this. So anytime I see any negativity from a Republican or a Democrat against crypto, I am not happy, because it could set my family back. So yeah, I'm just sharing what he said. Trust me. I know I was watching everything too. Trust me. I wasn't, to me, I think they got in there and said, my opinion, anybody, and this is my opinion, this is as far as it goes. If you're anti-crypto, I think I'm voting you out the best I can. I just want to make sure that's plain and clear. I am pro-crypto through and through. I taught it. I got it accredited. I improved my stripes years ago of being a big crypto advocate. And so anybody out there says, oh, he just gets into it because of likes. And I had crypto before I even had YouTube. And I got okayed before then. So that's how serious I am about crypto. I was trying to teach the next generation to help crypto. And there's everybody else, they can take their BS and hate and go eat dry cat food with the crap water from downstream from the sanitation plant. But there's the first thing I wanted to show you. Now, here's the bad timing. Ready? You guys want to see something funny? All right. So as a creator of content, I appreciate other creators of content. I get called out when I'm wrong. And you want some hopium, not opium. Katie, easy. Opium's a whole different byproduct of what we're doing. You want the H in front of that. And that's not the big H. We're talking hopium. Hopium is what you're looking for. But let's start with a laugh. I want to give everybody a laugh. Here we go. Yeah, I hope I go on. I hope I'm going on CNBC again. I love their organization in terms of bringing me on and having a creator on, people from the people, and I know they got their suits and ties and their $5,000 suits from a lot of the people on there, CEOs and everything else. But I thought it was cool that CNBC reached out to me to go on and be on their show multiple times and special episodes on their afternoon shows. And so I hope I'm on there again. And I think it would help them if they would have me on again, because I do share it and they get a lot of views from that. And that's the name of the game in content creation. All right, here we go. Ready? So here, watch right here. This was today. And you see the candle already started, because somewhere where it starts with this, it's midnight. But here's the candle from today. And I want to show you guys this, right? So this started, I think, at 8 o'clock. Let me see. Yeah, right here. So this was last night. We had a little push. It got in the morning and it ran. I'm talking, it was at 1800 down here. So it's at 1800, like 24 hours ago. Not even. Roughly. We'll just say. So somebody was, late last night. No, I should say, what time is it here? It was today. Like 1 in the morning, it started to run. So somebody wrote an article. And the article they wrote was how Ethereum compared to Bitcoin has absolutely got to the ratio, and it's fallen into massively undervalued compared to Bitcoin's increase. that, the whales, they don't have as many whales, but it's so undervalued that it's going to run. Well, guess what? And they wrote it. And in other words, Louise says, you never know. She might want some opium, though. I don't got no opium, man. I got no opium. Here it is. Nope. This one. There it is. Ether Bitcoin ratio signals ETH is extremely undervalued. So I'm going to give a shout out to this person. And Malwa. So shout out to you, and edited by Mishra. So I want to give you two a shout out, because I think whoever came up, which obviously came up with the idea of this article, and I've seen the talk of the Bitcoin Ethereum ratio, and it's been this way for a while, but you couldn't pick a better timing. And I think what they did is they wrote this probably yesterday or 2 days ago, got it edited, they edit it, they go through it, and they okay it. So this isn't something that's like me where I just hop on like this and I just decided to do a live. No one even knows none of the people here with me who help me even know I'm doing it. I just decided to do a live stream. So Katie will go. I want some opium. I love that. It keeps showing on my screen. So anyways, they wrote this. It said undervalue, but surging supply, flat demand, weakened burn mechanics complicate the outlook. So this tells me that they wrote this before the pump today, but they released it today, right when the pump was beginning. The shout out is this. One, perfect timing. You nailed it. You nailed it, sorta. Sorta. You nailed that. You saw the opportunity. Reached historically low levels in that valuation ratio. The ETH outperformance, again, signaling potential. They know this. These are the people who should be getting to become millionaires if they follow their own research. What I found as an educator and investor is a lot of people won't follow their own research. They know what to do. They won't do it because it's scary. It could keep falling. That's the cry of the person who never gets rich. Oh, it's down in extreme fear. It's at 3 out of 100. It means that's the best time to buy, but everybody's panic selling. You don't want to lose. The best thing is a year from now, almost every single time, it's way higher. So this person says this. Ethereum's network, it's stagnated. It's a little growth since 2021. Institution, all the bad things that we already know this. That's what got it down to that level. But then you come down and they know it right here. They even say it's extremely undervalued. They show the chart. And this is the extreme value where it normally pumps. Oh, we got down again. Right here, this double. It pumped and then pump. Overvalue. Down again. Right here. Ready? Every time we get down in this zone right here, notice that? We're hitting support. And every time since, I don't got my goggles on, but that says 2017, 19, 20, 25. We hit that level and we skyrocketed. We outperformed Bitcoin. They called it. They show the chart. Hats off to you. That's from CryptoQuant. Hats off to CryptoQuant for pointing that out. Then we come down here. Yeah, they give shout out to CryptoQuant too. So on-chain data firm, CryptoQuant, you nailed it. Seriously, I'm impressed. That's some good stuff. Multi-year lows, potentially outperforming, which it should. And then we get all this at press time. When they show the press time, down 75% from record highs, they point out all of it. That tells you that most likely it is going to absolutely explode. All right. And you know what ruined it for me? Because I'm reading, I'm like, this dude knows. They know. They're gonna make a lot of money, and they go down. They keep talking about the negatives. And at the end of the day, I think, where was it? I read somewhere that there's still a chance it could fall more, and reduces base later. And so they talk about all the different things right here. With no sustained growth, the stagnation is echoed, and it's just like it almost like they talk themselves out of it. But what happens? So they released this morning. We come over here. Look what happened after they release it. It goes from 1,800 all the way up to 2,195. Are you freaking kidding me? Almost 20% gain. Not quite, probably 15%, but they nailed it. But it was so like, it's like you calling it right, saying, yeah, it seems like the best time to do it, but it could keep falling. It could do this. It could do that. Yeah. Yeah. And the 8th, today is May 8th. It was published May 8th. Today is May 8th, but they published it by point of the publishment was that they had to create the article, get it edited, bring in the charts, everything else. I don't think they wrote that right away today and then had it edited today and everything today. I thought they probably did it the day before or 2 days and worked up to have it released. If it's in a professional organization, normally you're not an individual creator like me where you write it, get it done, boom, it's out. It usually takes a little bit of time to get these things done. $5 for the XRP Army. Yes, I believe by the end of this year we'll be at $5. I know other people saying, no. We need to see a lot of running, but we could do it. And we'll see. I'll put it this way. I'm a crypto millionaire. If that's how much money, and I've been moving money out of stocks into crypto. If Ethereum hits 3K, if Bitcoin hits 140, if XRP gets up probably 4, I don't even know if I have to get to 4. Roughly all those. Put them all together, I would expect to be a crypto millionaire. So I'm looking for something like that. And we'll see. I'm excited. My goal is this year, basically. You guys know I'll be celebrating that. I've been working on that since the big, 2000, early 2010 years, that decade. You guys know, man, I got robbed. I lost it all from my wife's cancer. I've been fighting tooth and nail to get this. I've been through crypto winters. It sucks, but I never gave up. And I don't think you guys should either. If anybody out there is having a bad day, I'm with you. You guys have no idea. I am with you. Today was a horrible day. Horrible day. I had somebody run into me. Got a car accident. Somebody glommed me. But I'm all right. Me and my son, man. It's crazy out there. People drive like I was just sitting at a light too. But here we are. That's the kind of day it is. Cat ruined my machine this week. I got rammed by somebody. I appreciate you guys joining, man. We got a lot of upgrades in terms of new lessons coming out. I want to start trying to put out a lesson every. No, it wasn't staying. I have an SUV, thank God. It was a big one too. I have a huge car. I'm for those who don't know, I'm 6'4", man. I'm a big boy. I can't really tell on screen here, but yeah, 200 and something pounds. Need to take better care of myself. I do go to the gym daily, but I got hit, man. I got hit hard. My neck's a little sore too. A little bit of whiplash there. My car was fine. I have a trailer hitch, and it's a big one that comes out. They rammed the trailer hitch through their car, and they stopped, but it hit the trailer hitch. Yeah, they got it messed up their front end. Put a big hole in it where the trailer hitch went through. Shook me up a little bit, but at the end of the day, I'm not. I checked it out. I'm a car guy. My car was fine. There you go. Yeah. Big Mo. That's what they call me, Big Mo. Everybody called me Big Mo. All my students, it was Stock Mo. They called me Crypto Mo, and they called me Big Mo before I got into the stocks and crypto with them. I taught math for a while, so it was no stock or crypto Mo. And once I started teaching investing in finance, college and high school, that became the nickname Stock Mo, Crypto Mo. And then Big Mo before then, just because that's, what it is. Yeah. We don't want the Mustang getting hit. The Mustang's $100,000 Mustang GT 500. For those that don't know, I got one of those, 760 horsepower and Lupo. Cornell. I want to say this to you. That's big. You're big. I'm big. I'm not that big. You got me by 2 inches. Not too often I run into people taller than me. It's rare. But I love it because I always like to look at how's the weather. I should know. There you go. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. It was not. Thank God. I even said it to my wife, or my daughter came down and she said, "Oh, thank God it wasn't the Mustang." I said, "If it was the Mustang, they would have ruined it because that thing's carbon, it cracks quick. Carbon fiber, it would have messed it all up. Yeah, Tenacious Dean representing Hope. Yeah, Crypto Mo. That's what they used to call me, Crypto Mo and Stock Mo. When I talk crypto, they'd say, hey, Crypto Mo, teach us about it. And I teach them about everything, the blockchain and Bitcoin, all that, and Ethereum and Dogecoin. I taught them. They always like hearing about some of the altcoins, all that good stuff. So, hey, Dean, Big G. All right, went into the deadline for crypto committee to come back to Trump. I'm not sure, but you heard him say they want to have it on the floor by next week. So that's the good news. So we'll see how it is. 2025 price prediction. I'll put a 2025. Let's do this one now. Let's do this one. XRP. Let's talk XRP. Let me get that back up here. And you guys just bear with me. Yeah, I have it all inverted on my screen too, so it looks weird. I got to really fix this. I know it looks right on your guys' thing, but I got to take some time to make sure this is right. Yeah, I ain't going to mess with it now. So let's go ahead and take a look. Remember, I did this live stream to make sure everything's right because I got to do some good things. I was scared, man. You guys should know I had 3 back operations from sports in college. I got an A-lift. I have a A-lift in my spine to keep my spine together. Talk about sports, man. They mess you up. And so I had 3 back surgeries, blown disc. I had to solidify the disc then with this new contraption they do. They said, I went into the operation. They said, and this is the most scared I've ever been in my life. I've been in fights. I've been car accidents. I've been all kinds of different things, but I'd never been this scared in my life. And people always talk about being scared. I have been scared. You're always scared when you're going to do something for certain things. But this is the first time I was mortified, scared. Like whatever the scariest scare you can be. The doctor looked at me, it was just me and him, and he says, I got to tell you, your spine is so constricted. It's the size of a spaghetti strand. I think if we don't do this operation by morning, you're going to be paralyzed by tomorrow night. And I was like, what? And then another doctor called me. He says, hey, you need to get operated on tonight or tomorrow morning at the latest, or you're going to be paralyzed. I said, oh, you just talked to the doctor. He goes, what doctor? And I told him the doctor. He goes, I don't even know him. He goes, I just got your file. Like, you're going to be paralyzed. So I was scared. And then not too bad yet. And then I went into the doctor, and what got me is the surgeon said, he looked at me, it was just me and him. He says, I got to be honest with you. I know how bad you are, and I just want you to know right up front, you're at a point where I've seen this 6 times in my life. 6 is how bad you are. And I've been in this business for 30 years. He was President Reagan's neurosurgeon. And so he's good. And so he sits there and he says, I've done this operation 6 times. I'm one of the best in the world. And 3 of the patients were paralyzed for life. That was the most scared I've ever been in my entire life. And I've been, like I said, I've been scared a few times. You're always naturally scared of certain things, but not like that. I was sick to my stomach. Didn't get sick, but I was close. And I looked at him, I said, what do you mean? He goes, there's a good chance you're going to be paralyzed when you wake up. And wow. I woke up. First thing I did, I opened my eyes, came out, I wiggled my toes. I'm like, oh, thank God. And whatever powers are out there in the world, they gave me a shot to change the world. And that was a big thing for me. It was life-changing for me. And the other time, I'll give you one other instance that changed a little bit about being nonstop. I went in the hospital and I was in college. I had my appendix burst. I kept going to the school infirmary and they kept telling me it was just an upset stomach from a bad burger. The 3rd time I went in, it was 2 a.m. and I was pure yellow, jaundice, eyes were yellow. I was dying, literally. And they looked at me and said, oh my God, what's wrong with you? I said, I've been back 3 times. You keep telling me to come back every time it gets worse, and it's getting worse. They said, you need to go to the ER. Don't drive. I'm like, well, how do I get there? And they're like, I don't know. That's up to you. And I'm like, are you kidding me? So I drove myself to the ER, and I walked in the ER within 60 seconds. They looked at me and said, what's wrong? I said, I don't feel good. And they yelled for a doctor, and he ran out, looked at me and said, lay out. And he grabbed a gurney, and they yelled for a gurney. And remember, I'm a young man. I'm like an athlete. I'm best shape of my life. I'm working out 7 days a week. I'm a beast, 6'4", big boy. And they lay me down. He says, that hurt. I'm like, yeah, He keeps hitting my stomach. He goes, his appendix burst. He goes, he goes, we got to operate on you, man. I said, all right. I said, can I call my dad and tell him? I said, no one knows you're here. I said, no. So I called my dad and I told him, and he's like, oh my God. And he was like 2.5 hours away. And so I wake up and I was in such horrible pain. It was horrible. And the doctor came in and he looked at me and he says, all your organs were shutting down. And he goes, everything was shutting down. You were dying on the operating table. I said, what? He goes, I'm going to put it this way. He goes, a lot of us didn't think you were going to make it through the operation. They thought, and he goes, we thought you were going to die. Somehow, some way, we kept doing our thing, getting all the rotten tissue out, trying to suck the poison out, getting the drugs in you. He goes, I will say this. And I remember looking at him, I go, how bad was it? He goes, what do you do? I said, I'm a college student, but he goes, do you do sports? I said, yeah, I'm an athlete for the college I went to. And he's like, I told him that. I said, and he goes, the only reason you're alive right now is because you were young and you're in shape. He goes, if this was anybody who was older or not in shape, this would have killed him. I said, are you kidding me for my appendix? He goes, you left it in there way too long. I said, went multiple times and they kept saying it was a hamburger. Oh, he was so upset. He said, so take, and remember, he's like, take every day and know that you shouldn't be here. And I said, well, I know, but somebody wants me here. And I said, so I'm going to make the best of it. And I appreciate you for saving my life. And he shook my hand and he said, good luck, son. And he walked out. I don't know his name. I always wish I could tell him that I went on to try to make the world a better place as a teacher and helping the next generation. And just trying to help you guys, no matter what the haters say. And there's so many freaking clowns out there that want to, they want to, hey, you're trying to help and you're spreading the faith, you're helping people. And then they want to tear you down. As soon as, he gets too many people. Hey, I like this person better. And, it is what it is. But I'm still here to be a good person. And I'm going to continue to try to be that good person. And there's multiple times I should be dead. Or paralyzed. The dead thing was scary. That was scary. But I didn't have any fear because I didn't know. I didn't know. I just thought I was getting operated on. And so when I woke up, they told me how close I was to death. So I didn't have fear because I was alive. But the one where they tell me before the operation, you might be paralyzed, was the most scared I've ever been in my life. So for everybody out there facing something, be it cancer in your family somewhere or yourself, you can beat it. They gave my wife an 18% chance to live in 5 years. She totally beat it. And she's clear now. A lot of damage, but she made it. Me, look what I went through. And I think you guys stay strong, be it financially. Oh, I'm hurting, Mo. I lost all my money multiple times. You can build it back. I'll help you. I'll do the best I can with my research. We got this. We're in this together. I always say to get rich slow with Mo. Hopefully it isn't slow. Hopefully it's in a couple of years. We keep DCAing, we get the right plays. I'll tell you this. I told you 2 stocks I liked. NVIDIA and Amazon. I got both of those. The Amazon, I put 50K in a while back. It went way down, and now it's up 3.73%. And this is not long ago. And then the NVIDIA I got in, that's up 10%. And so that's made me $5,000. So between them, I'm up roughly 7K. And that's not been that. So, I share these plays in the Discord. There you go. Yeah. I see a lot of good things, man. The people who fed my family, amen to that. It was malpractice, but I grew up on food stamps and stuff. We had no lawyers. We had no family, no money to do anything. Like I told my parents now that I'm older, I should have sued the crap out of them. It was terrible, but I didn't know anything about that, honestly. Camaro's, my uncle has a Camaro, 69, beautiful. He rebuilt it. Yeah, so there's some stories. Big blessings to everybody out there. I do appreciate it. I think there was a lot of people praying for me that day. I was this young man trying to make it. Yeah. Russell Reed, man, we did what we needed to do. Yeah. Thank God you made it. JSB. Who's JSB? Septic shock. Yeah. That's what I was going through, man. It was terrible. Good Lord. That's yep. If you have cancer, check out. Yeah. There's all kinds of things you should check out. There's lots of things. Yep. And if your time's here, it's for a reason. If not, we got more work to do. Yep. Fist bumps. I agree, man. So a lot of things. Yeah. I heard there's a diabetes drug right now. It helps fight or helps reduce the risk of colon cancer. Metformin? I don't know. They had studies they're doing. They want to move it on to the animal studies now. That's, my wife had colon cancer. So, scary stuff. I do exercise every day. I do 3 miles and then I lift weights 3 times a week. And I try to do some crazy stuff. So my XRP price prediction, you guys ready? Here we go. As you look at this and we come into the charts, understand there were some key things I've been telling everybody about with XRP. Let's make sure we get the right one up. And I want to make sure I can show this to you. So the XRP, and I have it a whole bunch of stuff here, and I'll clear this up for you a little bit. We don't need that one. So this is the channel I thought was pretty clear right here. And this channel, we broke out a little outlier for 2 days, a couple of wicks down. But if you look, the support been very clear. This is a big bearish channel. And this channel basically started back in January after the election. And everybody rightfully bought up crypto and had it absolutely run all the way up in November. And you can see that big pump. Too much, too quick, obviously, because it takes a long time in DC to get anything done. And it ran. And of course, we had the warnings of the RSI up here. I always told them, I don't care. You got to pay attention because it doesn't lie. So then we start the slow and steady consolidation / sell-off from January all the way to May and end of April. And I said the last 2 weeks of April from my charts that I had at the time, that's when it looks to break out. Either it's going to break out or it's going to collapse to the floor. And I told you, my opinion was it was not going to go down to the floor. And so once we hit it right here, dollars, whatever, I said, give it time. Oh, I thought you said. And I said the last 2 weeks. And then look what happened. It recovered all the way up. Last 2 weeks came right in here and it broke above the 50. And I thought, this is it. Either I'm right or I'm wrong. And that 50 EMA, we keep teasing it. We dipped under a little bit. But look, I said, look, we're above the resistance. We're above this resistance. It's been months and months and months. I said, look, this could be a brand new channel, a bullish channel. And I said, you'll know. And if you look at my videos to prove this, I said, you'll know in the next 48 hours if I was right or wrong. And I said, more times than not, we're going to see it pop off of this base right here. I said, I don't know what's going to push it, but it's gonna. And look what happened today. Look at this. Like clockwork, just blew up because the technicals lead the way. So we're testing, boom. And look at this channel. Test the channel, and it held. I had this channel. I didn't see this channel anywhere else. I'm the one that brought the channel. And it paid off. It's showing you that it's working. So we have now broken out and we have a new upward channel. And I said, if I'm right on this, we're going to go up to $2 and something. Let's just say this channel holds. Where could we go? How high could we go? And are we going to run it all the way up? I don't know, man. Could we get up? Could we get out there to December and see this channel run? Man, I would love to see it go out that far. I can't guarantee it. I'd like to see it. Where are we at here? October and December? We get up there. Where's that go? If that angle stuck, you can see this thing in this zone. Low, mid fours up right there. Mid to high fours. I'd love to see that angle hold. If that angle, see how it's up, going, holding. I don't know. Obviously, it's a little messed up, but yeah, I'd like to see it go up that way. You saw that angle down. You can see that angle back up. Retest in the threes at least. I think we get up to 5 personally. Yeah. Metformin fights aging as well. JSB. I've been reading about that, man. I've been reading about that as well. There's a lot of ways, man. So anybody comes on and says, hey, check this out. They watch my channel. They watch my channel. There you go. I don't watch many crypto channels. I can tell you one, my favorite of all time, besides Crypto Will in my Discord. He's my crypto Discord expert. He has his own YouTube channel. Love him, man. The guy's a genius. But somebody I don't even know if they even know, but Lark Davis. Love watching Lark Davis. Edutainment at his finest. The dude knows crypto. He's entertaining. He doesn't even know who I am. But I tell you what, I watch his show all the time. Absolutely love it, man. I love it. He's positive. He's funny. He's smart. It's good stuff. So I do like watching his channel. You can tell him, you can check out his channel, Lark Davis. I give him a special shout out. You can tell him I told you to stop by and say hi. Javier, you got it, my friend. Will it get to 100? Oh, my goodness. I think so. Maybe way, 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 way out there, but not anywhere near this. I don't think so unless Kathy Wood is correct and you see Bitcoin hit 2.4 million, then we'll talk about where it could go. But 100, that's 50 times your money, man, or 40 times, 50 times almost current price. That's big. That's a big jump. 50 times 100 and something. What's the market cap? 1.3. So that would put it at almost $7 trillion market cap. So if we have massive inflation and all the central banks start printing money left and right, then you could start to see that kind of movement over the next decade, possibly. But remember, that means there's massive inflation and other issues out there. And that's something you got to watch. So you got to be careful out there. Got to be careful. All right. Hey, I got a video I got to get ready to watch for tomorrow morning and stuff. And I just want you guys to know I appreciate you. I really enjoyed this live stream. Let's see if I can get this. There you go. Boom. Back in it. And look, some of the things aren't matched up. They weren't matched up. Are they matched up now? I think they are. Yeah, they weren't matched up. Somebody said, your symbols aren't matched up with it's killing me, Mo. It's killing me. And I said, what do you mean? And I had no idea what they're talking about. And they said, the symbols, the logos are not matched up to the things, and it's irritating. And then I looked and I was like, holy crap, they're right. And that's not me. I pay for a programmer. The program for this is through Rise. They do a great job, and they make all this. But the Bitcoin might have an Ethereum symbol, and it was all messed up, and it was killing them. Yep. Okay, there we go. All right, family, that is it. We got some good things going on. This has been fun. I'm watching all the symbols up there. They're doing their thing. I appreciate you guys. I will see you over at the Discord.